Hi, I'm Renee Morton, and I'm going to give you a debrief on the look that I created for the Emanuel Ungaro Spring Summer 2016 Catwalk project. So the Emanuel Ungaro woman is very feminine, very sexy, but also cool and rebellious. And the collection itself actually has details that are reminded me a little bit of like binding. There's some harnesses, a little bit of a dominatrix feel, yet the fabrics were very feminine. There's a lot of floral appliques, and just really beautiful details and a lot of like a 60s influence as well. There are also harness details, which to me adds a little bit of like a rebellious kind of dominatrix sexy vibe. And I used that inspiration to kind of led me to decide to create a braid for the actual runway look. The hair is kind of bound and contained, just like some of the clothes are bound and contained in a harness. So I liked also the texture from a lot of the clothes. There's like floral appliques, and I used that inspiration. I sort of mirrored that kind of floral like texture in the braid itself. And I think that this look is really strong for the runway, and I love that it's smooth on top. There's a lot of texture with the braid. I actually added some hair accessories, a gold cuff, which to me is also a little bit sexy, a little bit sleek, kind of mirroring some of the metal details in the harnesses. And we also used a metal floral like flower crown on top, which is just a fresh sort of way to incorporate the 60s kind of flower power, but in a fresh new way because it is metallic, which also lends to that total like cool girl vibe. So this look is very strong for the catwalk, but it also could be interpreted into a real life hairstyle that you would see any day on the street. And anyone at home who's inspired by this look could definitely recreate it or recreate a version of it that works for them. I think the main elements are just creating or utilizing like a smoother surface with the actual top of your hair, and then with the braid just keeping it really nice and tight. The look for the runway was actually two really simple three-strand braids. So the hair was divided in half. The surface was kept very, very smooth. And then each braid was created by starting with the corner section and making sure that all of the actual strands looped on top of each other to give it that sort of knotty crocheted effect. So each side, was a three-strand braid, and then I actually used thread and some pins just to sort of link them together and make it look like one complete braid. And it was contained by a gold metal hair clasp at the bottom, or like a cuff. One of the main products, or the key product to creating this look, was Evo Shebanga Bang, and it's a dry spray wax. So I used that on the hair before the actual braiding. It helped just give a little bit of grip, and it also helped control any flyaways within the braid itself. And then when the style was finished, we actually went back through on the surface with the Evo Shebanga Bang spray and smoothed down any little pieces that were flying away. It just gave it sort of a nice, smooth, consistent surface with just a tiny amount of sheen. So that would be a product that anyone at home who wants to recreate a version of this look would need, to help just give it the texture and the finish and the polish that's reminiscent of the actual runway style. So that's the basic debriefing for the hairstyle that I created for the Emanuel Ungaro Spring Summer 2016 runway look. And I think that any lady at home who's inspired by the 60s, who has sort of a feminine, cool, like sexy rebel vibe and wants to interpret that into her hair, could definitely take elements of this and recreate a version for herself at home just by using hair accessories, like metal hair accessories, and also just keeping her hair really smooth and having a nice tight sort of contained braid. And this would definitely work for any daytime or nighttime event. So I hope that you were inspired by this, and thanks for listening.